Welcome to the final edition of Falcon Fever 2010. Straight ahead are the highlights from this week.
See how the men's basketball team is trying to recover after a tough loss at home. Find out where they'll be heading next and more.
We'll tell you how the women's basketball team is dominating the court and who has taken over as the new team leader.
And the soccer season may be over, but the honors keep rolling in for Montevallo players. Here's the latest.
And in the Falcon Zone, Falcon Fever takes a look back at this season's highlights. All that and more. Falcon Fever starts now. I'm Coleman Sears.
And I'm Daniel Vest.
Let's start the show off with Tuesday night's doubleheader action on the home court. We start things off with the men. They were riding a 6-game winning streak coming in last night against the Christian Brothers Buccaneers. Montevallo came out ready to play, but unfortunately so did Christian Brothers. In the first half, the Buccaneers shot a staunch 72% from the field and a blistering 7 of 10 from beyond the arc. Down by as much as 19, the Falcons led a spirited comeback behind key baskets by Cecil Coleman, who tallied a double-double, and Jervin Jackson. Before they knew it, in the second half, Montevallo found themselves down by only 3. That, however, would be the closest they would come as Christian Brothers kept up their great scoring and kept Montevallo at bay. Montevallo fell for the first time this season, 61-55. The guys' record moves to 6-1 before the Christian Brothers game on Wednesday. The Falcons took down Concordia Selma 92-68. Miles Beatty led the Falcons with 20 points, while DeMarcus Catchings followed closely behind with 17. The Falcons shot nearly 59% from the field. In the new national rankings released on December 7th, the men moved up 5 spots from the 10th to the 5th. It's the highest the guys have been ranked since the 2007-2008 season, in which they were ranked 4th. Next, the guys will head to Georgia to play against St. Augustine's on December 18th. Then on December 30th, the team will try to avenge their loss to Christian Brothers in Memphis.
Since the last week, the UN women's basketball team has played 2 games. One versus Judson University and the other last night versus Agnes Scott. Against Judson, the Falcons trounced the Eagles 97-27. Carrie Parrott and Siobhan Seymour led the Falcons in scoring, both with 14 points. 3 other Falcons had double-digit scores, and 2 others were at least 1 shot away from having double digits as well. Last night, the Falcons continued their domination by knocking off Agnes Scott. We go to Bank Trust Arena, where the Falcons were looking to even up their record. First half action, Falcons with the ball up 12-11. Falcons work the ball around the perimeter until Tiffany McClure finds Carrie Parrott in the post. Her shot won't go, but Dee Harris is there to clean it up and kiss it off the glass, putting the Falcons up by 3. That would start a 38-2 run to close out the first half. Here, Chris Sigenthaler dishes to Tierran Young as she gets the layup to go as time expired. The Falcons led 50-13 at halftime and didn't let up in the second half. Montevallo shot nearly 52% from the field and held the Scotties to 22%. The win is the second of the season in as many games for interim head coach Brittany Godsey. The Falcons have evened up their record now at 4-4 and are undefeated at home, sporting a 3-0 record. Up next for the women is a visit to Lincoln Memorial College on December 18th. The game starts at 1. Well, that's it for the women's basketball here on Falcon Fever for 2010. We can't wait to see what the team does in 2011. And here's an update on the change in leadership for the women's basketball team. The new women's head basketball coach, Mishan Vanderpool, has been dismissed from her duties at Montevallo. The decision came sometime last week after the team's 97-68 loss at number 2 Lander. That game was on Tuesday to November 30th. Vanderpool was not on the bench for the Falcons' match the following Thursday against Judson, which the Falcons won handily 97-27. Vanderpool was 2-4 with Montevallo. According to the athletics department, the decision came from the president's office. No word yet on exactly what led to her dismissal. Brittany Godsey has been named interim head coach until the end of the season. Godsey is in her first head coaching position. Her coaching resume started as an assistant at the University of Southern Mississippi in 2009, and she played for the University of North Alabama from 2005 to 2008. The honors keep rolling in for the men's soccer team, even after the season is over. Daktronics named Nathaniel Foster to its All-American second team.
The honors keep rolling in for the men's soccer team, even after the season is over. Daktronics named Nathaniel Foster to its All-American second team. Milan Pwalic and Nathaniel Foster were both honored this week. Milan was named first team All-Southeast Region, while Nathaniel Foster was named second team All-Region. This is a high honor for both seniors.
And it's easier for athletes to reach out into the community during their off-season, and that's just what the men's golf team is doing. Teammates volunteered their support to the Greater Birmingham Habitat for Humanity. This charity is a nonprofit Christian housing ministry that builds quality, affordable houses and revitalizes existing homes. The men's and women's golf teams were rewarded with the opportunity of meeting Melissa Staffney and her 3 children while doing construction on their new home. This was a truly humbling experience for the Falcons as they helped with construction tasks ranging from framing to landscaping at the Staffney home in Wilton, Alabama. The players worked for 8.5 hours from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in what they said was a truly enriching experience.
Now, let's kick it to Dylan Owens and Mandy Hawkins as they fill us in on the highlights from this season in soccer, volleyball, and other Falcon sports.
Welcome to the Falcon Zone. I'm Dylan Owens.
And I'm Mandy Hawkins.
It's been a great semester for UM in the sports. The men's soccer team had a wonderful season this year, going 8-2 and a 2 overall, and 5-2 and 1 in conference play. The Falcons went on to play and win the conference championship. Then they moved on to the host, the NCAA Division II Regionals here at home, where the Falcons' season came to a disappointing end when they were knocked out of the tournament by Anderson University on penalty kicks at the end of the match. Let's take a look back at the Falcons' tremendous season with some commentary from head coach Ken Hassler.
Well, we'd been told that we had a talented group of returning players, and we knew that we had a big group of incoming players. So the goal was to see if we could find a way to help those two groups mesh and really find out how good we could be. And with a commitment to play well and play well for each other. And we're fortunate in that our newer guys as well really showed that they've got the ability to play at this level, and they made an impact immediately. I think it was an exceptional season. We set a number of university records. We were ranked as high as number 2 in the nation. But more importantly, we've found a way to get the team to play together. And I think our strength as a group and how well we played as a team is really what separated us and allowed us to win as many games as we did. We were overall 18-2-2 on the year. We've finished the season ranked number 9 in the country. We were the number 1 seed in the Southeast region. We won the Peach Belt Championship. And our players are getting recognition throughout the conference, throughout the region, throughout the country for the things that they've achieved through this year. We have a great core of players coming back. Our returning group will still be very, very talented, and we're ready to step onto the field even tomorrow if we had to. But our goal is to recruit and replace the players who are graduating with guys who are both exceptionally talented as soccer players, but more importantly, guys who will be good teammates and positive contributors to the campus community. From a sporting experience, this is one of the best in my career. The students and faculty here at the university were outstanding with their support throughout the year. Every game, we had a great crowd there to cheer and support the guys. Every time we walked around campus, we'd run into people who wanted to say something about the team. And the last game in particular, as we hosted the NCAA tournament, we had nearly 1,000 people in the stands. And it was one of the most exciting soccer environments that I've had a chance to be in. And I know it'll be one of the experiences that our guys talk about for the rest of their lives. So I would say thanks to everybody here at Montevallo and what they've done to support the soccer program throughout the entire year. I hope we keep it up. It's been a great experience, and this is what I think college athletics is supposed to be all about.
The women's soccer team had a great season, winning several division games. Christine Prince and Asgerder Powell's daughter were named to the PBC All-Conference Second Team. Alex Terhar was named to the PBC All-Academic Team, while 3 others received honorable mentions. The women's team ended the season 7th place overall in the conference.
The men's cross-country team had a good 2-10 season. They finished high in almost all their races and looked to build on their next success next season.
The women's cross-country ran well in all their meets. They placed top 5 in all but one race, which they ran to 13th place out of 28 teams. Sophomore Haley Evans was awarded second team all-conference, and she was also named to the all-academic team along with January Waters and Catherine Schofield. The women's golf team participated in 4 different tournaments this season, and in a special highlight, Emily Gibson putted her way to first place in the Montevallo Invitational. She was named a first-team All-American, becoming the first women's golfer at UM to accomplish that feat.
And the men's golf team did well this year. They finished 19th out of 21 at the Koolau Island Invitational, 16th out of the 15th at Flagler Invitational, and topped the competition when they hosted them in Montevallo Invitational at Timberland Golf Course in Clara. They look to hit hard in the off-season and be coming back strong the next time they tee it up.
The volleyball team dominated this year in historic season. The team won 24 out of 37 games and picked up their first NCAA tournament victory. Maniati and Anna Garrison were named to the American Volleyball Coaches Association All-Southeast Region team. UM Volleyball also had 4 players named to the PBC All-Conference teams. We bring you the highlights of the 2010 season right now in the Falcon Zone. Next, we have an interview with head volleyball coach Katie O'Brien about the Falcons' success this year.
I just thought we did really well, and then halfway through the season we met up in the locker room again and decided to raise our level of expectation, and we pushed through to get even better and made it to the NCAA tournament, which we were excited about. Right now we're just recruiting, getting ready for finals, and then we'll come back in the spring and do some development of skills. But the most important thing is we return a strong core, and we just need to add some recruits, and we'll be ready for next fall. They like seeing and talking to everybody outside of the classroom, hearing people ask how the weekend went, because we're on the road a lot. But they really enjoyed being here on the home court, playing in front of the fans. That's what they practice for, showing off what they've learned throughout the week, and they just live for that moment.
This semester may be over, but we still have more sports to look forward to here on Falcon Fever. Baseball and tennis will be gearing up in the spring. Make sure to check back next semester for those highlights. Well, that's all we have here from Falcon Zone.
Back to you, Daniel.
Our Falcon Fever Player of the Week is senior Carrie Parrott of the women's basketball team. In the last 2 games, Parrott led the Falcons in scoring with 14 and 16 points. She also leads the team in scoring on the season, averaging 11 points a contest. She's a big reason the Falcons have won their last 2 games by a combined total of 108 points. And as you know, Falcon Fever is a completely student-based production. We appreciate the work of all students, both on screen and behind the scenes, that helped out this fall. It's been a great fall season.
We would also like to ask a special thanks to UM's athletics. Stay tuned in 2011 to catch up on your Falcon sports, and we have some new and exciting ideas for the show that you won't want to miss.
So, for the last time in 2010, I'm Daniel Vest.
And I'm Coleman Sears. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch the fever.